Interesting. So the next one is Jinx. After watching Vi and Caitlyn, I am kind of curious what there is to say about Jinx. I didn't even know Jinx was released already, but let's see.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Lore of League of Legends.
Holy
It's been
loud.
about a week or so since the last episode, and all I can do is apologize for that.
Nah, you're good,
Simply
brother.
put, life's been a bit busy.
A week, bro. It's been 9 years.
But I'm back and now in full force, prepared to bring you the content you so desire
you
for
had
myself. Anyway, today I've got you
Had the
covered as
goof.
we return to the City of Progress to cover Riot's latest champion. Without further ado, I present to you Jinx, the loose cannon.
Let's go.
Enjoy.
See, what I would hope is that he uses, instead of like these still images that he likes to do, I would love it if, for example, because Jinx already had like a champion spotlight video, right? I would have rather he used that video on the background, not necessarily the music, but just the video running through the background, of like, to give a better idea of Jinx throughout, so people can also like not just hear the story, but also see her actions. I mean, you can tell her that she's a loose cannon based on the picture, but it's like, it's not enough, you know? I feel like the video in the background would have been much better to use. It's
Piltover
not so much the champion spot, like the song, right? The Jinx song. I'm Jinx, me, you know, all that shit.
has long been known as the City of Progress, a place where peace and order reigned thanks to the valiant efforts of Caitlyn and Vi. Criminals and lawbreakers didn't last long on the streets with these two enforcing the law. The serenity of the city was soon to be challenged when a new kind of criminal arrived on the scene, the likes of who had never been seen.
Just
This
crazy.
mysterious outlaw unleashed a series of warped and destructive capers that were enough to endanger the entire city.
Okay, so here Jinx is not related to Vi in any way. Interesting, okay.
And leave its people reeling from the worst crime spree in Piltover's history. As the string of crimes hit the city, seemingly without rhyme or reason, sightings of the lawbreaker began to emerge. Though this young woman's origins appeared to be a mystery, some saw traces of Piltover's hex tech in her firearms, and others described.
Yeah, by the way, just so you know, if you see a woman in real life with eyes similar to this, bro, at any point during conversation, her eyes light up like this, no matter what you're talking about. Fruits, sex, hobbies, whatever. If her eyes light up like this, bro, stay away.
The street fashions of Zorn
So
in her
crazy
dress.
eyes, you don't want
Her
anything to do
arrival
with that.
always seemed to bring trouble with it, and because of this, those who crossed her path soon gave her a name, Jinx. Jinx's rampage escalated, and Caitlyn, the sheriff of Piltover, had no other choice but to respond by declaring a state of emergency and organizing a citywide
Jesus.
manhunt for the young girl. In her typical fashion, Jinx marked the Piltover Treasury, the city's most secure building, with a direct challenge to its most abrasive officer, Vi. With a caricature of Vi's face splashed across the Treasury facade and the time and date of her supposed raid, Jinx was openly daring the enforcer to stop her from robbing it. Vi was determined to put the troublemaker behind bars, so she watched and waited outside the Treasury until Jinx's time to raid had finally come. Lo and behold, she was true to her promise. The smiling menace showed her face, knowing this was her chance to capture the outlaw. Vi gave chase into the building's interior, and she smashed through wall after wall to chase down Jinx, who simply giggled as she lit up the evacuated treasury with fiery explosions. They came to the vault and Vi finally cornered the criminal, but Jinx wasn't done just yet. With a maniacal laugh, she fired a barrage of rockets, bringing the entire building down upon them both. When Vi finally crawled out of the ruins, the battered enforcer found no trace of Jinx. An insult had been added to injury when Vi looked around and realized that not a single ounce of gold had been removed from the ruined vault. Instead, the criminal left a parting message to her new favorite officer of the law.
Just want to cause chaos. Had nothing to do with stealing shit. She just want to cause chaos. Okay, alright, I like it.
A simple taunt. You'll never catch me. was all that could be seen from the lights of the city, and as Vi read the message, she heard the distant laughter of her new nemesis, and the city fell into utter darkness for the very first time.
I love how much Batman and Joker stuff there is in here. First it was Caitlyn and C, now it's Vi and Jinx. But yeah, this one is very different from the backstory about like them being sisters and then all that shit that happened in Arcane. But still, it's not... The reason I wouldn't like this too much as the actual story is Jinx has no reason. It's like, well, her reason is because she likes to cause chaos. I mean, yes, but it's like, why? What happened? Like, what's the backstory? Like, what is wrong with her brain? In Arcane, it's explored really well, and then also her connection to Vi is actually pretty cool. So yeah, I do like this
And that's
overall,
all I've got for you this time around. Let me know you enjoyed.
but I feel like the story of Jinx is a bit too... it's extremely simple. It was like, let's just create a crazy character, and it's just crazy for the sake of being crazy. I'm glad they changed it later and made her to what she is in Arcane. But yeah, the original one, it's just... It's Harley Quinn without the backstory of how she became crazy, basically. Which is like interesting on its own, but also you wanna find reason diddles. What's happening, man? Alright, that's it for this video.